basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Visibly and verbally frustrated, President Trump swearing at both sides as a very fragile ceasefire between Israel and Iran nearly collapsed earlier this morning, hours before the truce took effect. But will this fragile agreement hold? Joining me now is retired Israeli Brigadier General Amir Avivi from Israel. General, you just heard President Trump's comment. Officials say Israel is scaling back retaliation after Trump's pressure. What have you been hearing from your contacts on the ground?
So Israel in the past 2 days felt that basically it reached the goals of war. For Israel, it was very, very important that this war won't become an attrition war. The biggest danger for Israel, the worst scenario was a reality where the big arsenal of ballistic missiles that Iran had will be used months and months, like we saw with the Houthis, and will be in continuous war with Iran. So once Israel reached its goals of war, meaning destroying the nuclear plants together with the US and degrading dramatically the capability of the ballistic missiles, including complete destruction of these industries, Israel felt that this is the time to find an exit and finish the war. And therefore, it was very, very supportive of creating a ceasefire that will really shorten the war and create the reality that we are in, a 12-day war, a big success. In 12 days, Israel brought the Iran on its knees, dominating the skies and also enabling the participation of the U.S.
I have to ask you about the nuclear program, General, because Iran is saying that they want to continue that program. Speak to us about the process of accessing what uranium is still here. And listening to your comments, it sounds like you agree with Trump's claim that the nuclear program was obliterated.
Yeah, I think that the understanding is that the program has been set back many, many years. To rebuild a program like that, it's hundreds of billions of dollars, which this regime doesn't have. Now, the challenge now is to really coordinate what will be the steps if indeed the Iranians try to move again towards building a program like that. And these steps should include harsh sanctions that won't enable them to equip militias, won't enable them to really push towards a plan like that. The regime is very, very fragile.
You made an important point about the regime change, because earlier today, Trump walking back his previous comments that he was open to a regime change, now saying that it would create chaos and he's not for it. If there is no regime change, is peace really possible?
So I think that in the long term, of course, there is a need for a regime change. And I think that Israel set the terms for a regime change. It showed how weak this regime is. It showed it also to the Iranian people. But you cannot bring a regime change from outside. The Iranian people, although they detest this regime, they don't want outside involvement.
Iran and Israel have both said that they wanted peace, but in light of your comments and hearing that, the question now is peace attainable for the region? And also, when you think about the setback with the ceasefire, how will that trust be built back? Retired Israeli Brigadier General Amir Avivi, I greatly appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you very much.